Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants and the start of Season 10 and our 7th season with Portsmouth, where we face Wolves away from home and QPR at home in the first two league games of the season. So, of course, last season we managed to finish 6th in the league, secure the top 6 finish. There was a little bit of confusion, though, in the last episode there, in what continental competition we will be playing in. I was pretty sure we will be playing in the Europa League. However, the league and my inbox said differently. It said we'll be playing in the Europa Conference League. I can confirm that I was correct. We will be playing in the Europa League, as you can see there. I didn't understand why we were playing in the Europa Conference League. It didn't make any sense. And fortunately, it was just a glitch. And this season, we will be starting off in Europe's second biggest competition, which is the Europa League. Which probably gives us less of a chance to win the competition, to be honest. Of course, there's a big difference, in my opinion, between the Europa League and the Europa Conference League in terms of standard. Probably say the same thing about the Europa League and the Champions League, to be fair. But do we have it in us, really, to win the Europa League this season? I think we've got a chance, that is for sure. I think we've got a big chance to go late into the competition. But, of course, we all know that every single season, big teams end up being in the Europa League. And also, especially when the Champions League group stages are over with, or league phases as they call it now, deep into FootballManager, some big teams will end up being in the Europa League. So, in that regard, the Europa Conference League probably been a bigger chance for us to win European silverware. Saying that, I still think we have a chance to do something in the Europa League this season. We shall see about that. In terms of teams from the Premier League, only of one other team will be joining us in the Europa League, and that is West Ham. They must have won the Conference League last season, I should imagine. There's actually 6 teams playing in the Champions League next season. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United and Chelsea. So, only 2 of us in the Europa League, us and West Ham. I think I'd fancy our chances over them. I'm not entirely sure who the rest of the teams are in the Europa League. However, we do enter the competition on the 18th of September. Anyway, getting to this season now. The season was about to come underway. In terms of the season preview, despite finishing 6th last season, the media still don't rate us very highly. As you can see, pretty much the same as last season, I believe. They predicted us for 13th in the league this season. I don't think that's going to happen. I'll be devastated if it does happen, to be honest. 13th in the league would be pretty terrible. We'll get to the transfers in more detail in a second, but there hasn't been too much business, to be honest with you. Only 3 new additions to the club, so I think that step up to get a top 4 finish this season could be beyond us, to be honest. I think we've got a chance, and I wouldn't be really surprised if we did manage to finish 4th in the league, say, or 3rd. I think winning the league is pretty much impossible for us at this stage, but to be honest, this season, I'll be quite happy if we manage to maintain our level and finish in the top 6, and then maybe push for top 4 next season, due to the fact that we've got to play Europa League games, got to play a lot more games, and also didn't get too much money to spend, nowhere near as much money as the top 6 teams get, so to close the gap on there, I think will be quite difficult, to be honest. But as I said, top 6 finish, I'll be happy with that in terms of the season. Anyway, in terms of the transfers, as I said, only 3 new additions. In terms of the players left us as well, only 1 first-team player has left us this season. Most of the players to leave us have been on loan or on a free transfer. Only 1 sale has been made that has actually got us money, and that is Alberta. He has gone to Frankfurt for £20 million. A little bit disappointed about the fee for Alberta. I think he's worth a bit more than £20 million. But we have doubled our money on him. And also, I just don't think he's ever going to work out for us. Signed a new striker, gets in more detail in a second. Signed him, Alberta, for £10.75 million. His first season was inconsistent, but a little bit hopeful. He scored 12 goals in 26 games, so almost 1 goal in 2, which is a decent record, it has to be said. But the next season, he didn't make the step up. If anything, he got worse. 5 goals in just 20 appearances, only 9 starts, but he's just not a striker I can rely on, to be honest. His average rating for us was rather poor, no higher than 6.8 for a season. So, yeah, although he has lots of promise, and of course he's a good striker, definitely a Premier League level striker, that is for sure. I wouldn't say he's a world-class striker though, which of course is the direction we want to go in. 24 years of age now as well, so I doubt he'll improve much from his ability now. So I'm disappointed the fact they didn't work, to be honest, Alberta, but we did double our money on him and also get to the player who's replaced him in a second, and I'm very excited about him. So although we've sold Alberta, definitely for the better in my opinion. As I said, the other players to leave us, many on loan and also free transfers. Panic has gone on loan to Swansea for the season. To be honest though, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be good enough for the club. He's 22 years of age now. He hasn't developed very nicely with us, and pretty much loaning him out for a view to a permanent sale in the future, to be honest. You never know. He might develop amazingly this season at Swansea, but I highly doubt it. And although he had some potential at the start, not so much now. Also, another couple of players have been loaned out or on the edge of the first team. One of those is Raul Guardiola. He's actually gone on loan to Everton for the season. Despite Everton being a big club, they play in the Championship these days. So I'm hoping he can develop nicely there at Everton. He's still only 20 years of age, about to turn 21. Definitely has still got some promise about him. But if you look at him here, you can see that he's not quite ready for the first team this season, but I'm hoping that he can develop a little bit this season. You know, maybe improve one on all his attributes. That would be nice. Someone, you know, obviously he's not going to improve one on all his attributes, but you know what I mean. In terms of the average, if he come back a little bit of a better player, he could be useful as a squad player for us next season. He's gone loan to a big club, Everton, in the Championship, a team you'd be expecting to compete for promotion. So hopefully he does well there and comes back a better player. Also, Espinosa, he's gone to Bristol City on loan for the season. They play in League One these days. He's got 3 caps for Chile now, but still, he's not ready for first-team football. He still needs to develop a little bit more than Guardiola has to. He's still only 20 years of age as well, so there's still hope for Espinosa as well. But I think at best 2 seasons down the line, we might see him in the first team as a backup goalkeeper or a first-choice goalkeeper. To be honest, I probably think they'll be a backup goalkeeper for us in the future. I may be surprised, but I don't think he's got that much potential nowadays. But hopefully he proves me wrong. Lots of other players have gone out on loan as well, but not really too many more of note, to be honest. McCarthy's on loan to Birmingham. O'Keefe's gone to Plymouth as well. But the one who is the most closest to first-team football is by far Guardiola, in my opinion. So he's the one I'm keeping the most eye on. Alone at Everton this season. I really hope he has a good season. Lots of players have left us on a free transfer as well. Not really any players of note. Jason Andrew, he's gone to Everton as well on a free transfer. He actually developed quite nicely at Lincoln last season. He's a product of our academy. He came through the youth system here. He's had a few loans out. I was kind of interested in keeping Andrew about as a backup goalkeeper or as a third choice goalkeeper. I don't think he's ever going to be, well, he's never going to be good enough to be our number one, that is for sure. But he did develop quite nicely. Unfortunately, though, he had his mind set on leaving and he refused to sign a new contract. So he's gone to Everton on a free transfer. I don't think I'll regret it, though. But he could have been a useful player to have since he's homegrown and he's half decent. He's half decent. Noah Hay has finally left us. He has gone to Blackpool on a free transfer. David Williams on a Bournemouth. Grant McFarlane's gone to Kiel as well. Marius Andreas, he has gone back to CFR Cluj on loan for the season. A bit similar to Panic. He's never going to be good enough for the club. Looking to sell him permanently. He didn't really work out at all, to be honest. Signing for 3.7 million. He hasn't developed at all in his 2 loans. And it's looking like 3.7 million down the drain. Fortunately, the price wasn't very high, so I can live with it. But yeah, in terms of players that left us, only one has left us for money, and that is Alberta, who has gone to Frankfurt. So not too many player sales to talk of. Also, not too many signings to talk of. Only spent 50 million on transfers, only gained 20 million in player sales as well. The first one to join us is Alberta's replacement. His name is Zeljko Koric, and he played for Dinamo, and we got him for just 16 million. Very, very excited about this signing. He's just turned 20 years of age about a week ago, and he really looks very, very good. Unfortunately, he starts the season off with a slight injury, pulled knee ligament, so he won't feature in the first game, but I should imagine he'll be on the bench for the second game. He's an all-round striker, to be honest. He's fairly decent in the air. He's 6'1", so he definitely can head a ball, which is great, and he's great going forward, as you can see. 16 finishing, 16 technique, 17 stamina, 16 dribbling as well. Of course, he needs work, but you can see the potential here. In a couple of years' time, he could be a world-class striker if he develops nicely. Already he's good enough to be our number one, battling out for Edson with the season, but improvement is definitely needed. Also, he's not very versatile, which is a little bit annoying. He can play up front, that is about it. I guess I could train him up as a left winger if needed. That could happen. Also the right winger, but obviously I'd take much more time. But Koric coming in for 16 million, very happy with that. If you actually compare him with Alberta, there's not much difference between the two players. Of course, Koric is 4 years younger than him, and also the one thing that does stand out about Koric is he's much better in the air than Alberta, and the rest of the attributes is very similar. In the other attributes, you'd say Alberta is the better player, but overall, I'd say Koric is better due to the fact that he is much better in the air than Alberta. And of course, in a year's time, this graph could look a whole lot different, and Koric could be by far the better player. So although he's not a world-class striker now, or even a class striker, you'd say, the potential is definitely there, and I'll be very surprised if he doesn't turn out to be at least a very good Premier League striker. So Coric was the first one through the door. Very excited about him. Also, the next signing we made is a backup left back. Not too exciting, to be honest. But when I see him pop up for the price fee, he's still relatively young. I thought, you know what, this is a no-brainer. And Quia is my number one left back going forward, and needed a backup for him. And Fabrice Lafont, he ticked all those boxes. Signing for only 6.75 million from Genk. That was his minimum fee release clause. And as you can see, he's not great. He's not great at all, but it's a backup left back to Andaquia. I'm quite happy with this deal. He's good going forward, which is great. He's got good speed about him. He's 22 years of age. He's got 2 caps for Belgium already. So he might improve yet. Hopefully he does improve a little bit, because he can turn out to be a quite useful player for us. But as a first team regular, definitely not. But for the price fee, backup left back, especially with all the European matches we're going to face this season, I'm very happy with the signing of Lafont. Not a big name signing, of course, but he definitely adds to the squad depth. The next player we signed as well is, again, not as exciting as Coric. More exciting than Lafont, though. Signing from Roma, a.k.a. Capitolini, for 27 million. So he was expensive, but there wasn't too much out there, to be honest. He joins us as our backup right back. But I feel like he can definitely push Booth more than Lafont can push Andaquia. He's definitely got a bit about him. He's also only 20 years of age as well. So he's 2 years younger than Lafont. Definitely got potential, and he can push Booth all the way. If Booth is underperforming, then De Jong is here to come in for him. And yeah, exciting signing, expensive as I said, 27 million, but he's a decent player. He's a wonder kid as well. Definitely can improve much more. He's obviously, as I said, he's much better than Lafont. So excited to get De Jong in, and definitely adds to the squad depth as well. So of course, lots of players did not leave me. Only one player has left the first team, but look at this. Going into last season, the squad only had 21 players in it. This time round, we have 24 players, which is very, very nice. One player who I was interested in selling was Gonzalez. And interestingly enough, Sheffield United, no word of a lie, they came in about 10 times for a bid for Gonzalez, which rose to 75 million. Which might sound a bit stupid. Why did I not accept a 75 million bid for Gonzalez? Well, first things first, it wasn't upfront, and they refused to negotiate on the deal. And also, when I looked at Gonzalez more and more, I've realised that, you know what, he's a very good player. He's a very, very good player. The thing about Gonzalez is he's so well-rounded. He hasn't really got a standout attribute, to be honest. Obviously, stamina, he's got 18 as well. He's just so well-rounded. He's so versatile as well. And also, he's a great leader. He's our club captain, or club vice-captain, shall I say. And also, Gonzalez, in the first couple of years, he didn't really improve at all. But in the last 12 months to 2 years, he's actually started to improve, which is great. He's also looking a lot better. If you see here, he's improving a lot of his attributes, and he's just a very good player. And the reason I signed De Jong is because Gonzalez, I want to push further forward. He scored 6 goals last season from the right wing in just 18 starts. And a lot of times I saw that combination of the left back crossing it in, the far post, Gonzalez coming in and heading it in the back of the net. He's definitely useful in the air. He's 6'5". So going forward, Gonzalez is one of the forward options this season instead of right back. And yeah, I'm liking the look of him more and more now I see him, Gonzalez, and he's going to be a key player for us this season, hopefully. And also, he's still got that versatility at right back if needed, but at the moment we've got Booth and De Jong who can play there very, very nicely. Also, in terms of players I've called up from the B squad, did I call up any players from the B squad? Well, Granner is still here, of course. We called him from on loan in January. He is in the first team still. Yeah, other than that, no one stepped up from the B team. Just added a left back and a right back to the squad this season. It's important for the squad depth. And also, of course, Coric has come in to replace Alberta. My priority signing, my priority position at the end of last season was actually a centre-back. Unfortunately, Van Hecker not really got great value about him. Hasn't got the greatest of value to sell him and replace him with a centre-back, to be honest. There's a couple of centre-backs in mind, but they're just way too expensive. Haven't got the money to get them in this season. So decided that for Fally should partner Alphonse in the big games, especially this season. He developed quite nicely last season with Fally, and although he's not great in the air, he's all right in the air. I feel like he would partner Alphonse much better than Van Hecker, because Van Hecker and Alphonse are quite similar. They're dominant in the air, very good defenders as well, but none of them are very quick, to be honest. With Fally, he's not so dominant in the air, but he is relatively quick. So I'm going to try with Fally at centre-back this season, see how he does. Of course, it's great for his versatility still. Can be right back, centre-back and left back, and he's both-footed. So we'll see how that gets on this season. Haven't signed a new centre-back, but The answer could be staring me in the face. It could be Rafali. I'd like if he was better a little bit aerially, but overall he's a good centre-back, and hopefully he can impress us this season. But anyway, that is the news about the squad. Of course, not too many additions, but I think the most important thing is we haven't lost any key players, which is great. Obviously, Alberto has been sold. We replaced him with a striker who's 4 years younger and just as good and also better in the air. So the team is definitely slightly stronger than last season in terms of squad depth. And of course, we've also got a very young squad as well. So logic says that every single season, these players should get better. So I am excited about the new season, but I doubt that we'll be able to really mount a top 4 push. Although a top 6 push is definitely on the cards, and hopefully we can do something in Europe. Also, one more thing I want to mention before we get started with the first game here. We had another good player come through the youth system last season. He's actually a goalkeeper, and his name is Daryl Bentley. As you can see there, potentially 5 stars. Doesn't look that much right now, of course. Obviously needs to develop a hell of a lot to be in the first team, that is for sure. Whether we see him in the first team or not, to be honest, the way the series is going, I don't know. Might run out of time for Bentley. Of course, we just qualified for European football. Where I end the series, I'll probably end the series when we are winning the league title regularly and also competing for the Champions League title. I'm hoping in the next 5 seasons we should be doing 1 or 2 of those things. So at least 5 seasons left of the series, I'd say. Maybe less, we shall see. So Bentley, he may feature at some point. Also, we've got Beagley in the under-18s as well, who definitely has high potential. But anyway, that is enough talk of the team. We've got 3 new additions. Let's get started with the first game. Away to Wolves. So this is actually a very tough game to start off the new season. Wolves were battling out for us for the top 6 places last season. We edged them in the end. They finished 8th. Chelsea finished 7th and we finished 6th, of course. So this is not an easy game to start off the new season. In terms of the style of play for this season, well, as you can see, the formation hasn't changed. Also, the instructions haven't changed as well. The only thing I have changed to the instructions is I've added overlap left and overlap right in there as well. That is because I've changed Andaquia from a fullback support to a fullback on attack, the same as Andy Booth. These two are actually our biggest creative threats last season. Booth got 13 assists last season and Andaquia got 7 assists. So I decided to change them both to attack. I've also, because of that, I've changed Moreno from a box-to-box midfielder to a Carrilero on support there to hopefully help with this positioning here, we shall see. And also, both the wingers are now inverted wingers on support, and the attacking midfielder is on attack instead of support as well. So, not too many changes to the tactic, but some slight changes to the roles, and also some changes to the instructions there as well, adding the overlap left and right in there. We shall see what happens going forward. Maybe it'll be a mistake, we shall see. And of course, I might change things yet going forward. In terms of the team sheet for today's game, we've got Vicario in goal, Booth right back, Andaquia left back, Alfonso and Vafali centre backs. Then we've got Guevara, Moreno and Acosta in midfield, Gonzalez on the right, Rocha on the left, and Edson up front. So interestingly, no one is making their full debut today. They're all the same players from last season. We've got De Jong on the bench though. Lafon is not on the bench, and obviously Koric is carrying that slight injury. So only De Jong is the only player who could make his debut in today's game. Wolves away from home is a tricky way to start the season. Can we start off with a win though? Well, let's find out. Before we get started with this first game, guys, please remember that if you like this video, hit that like button for me. If you're still watching at this point, then surely you must like the video. So do me a favour and hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here and you want to see more, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out. And much appreciated. So let's get started with the first game. Then away to Wolves. I'll be happy with 4 points out of today's episode, to be honest. 1 point here, and obviously 3 points at home to QPR. And also, we start off the game on the highlight here, straight from kickoff. This would be a great start to the match, or a terrible start to the match. We shall see. Here's Guevara with the ball, who looks like he's put his injury problems behind him. We shall see about that. But anyway, 20 seconds in, we give the ball away already. Here's Fabio Silva, one of the best strikers in the Premier League. And 25 seconds in, and we could have given away a penalty already. Would that be the quickest penalty to give away in Premier League season history? Maybe. Maybe it would be. Not a great start to the match. 99 times out of 100, if this happens, it's a penalty. I don't understand why we have to sit here and watch this. Oh my word, okay. This is the 1 out of 100 where it's not a penalty. It must be a free kick then. It is a free kick. So it's still a dangerous chance for Wolves here. Straight from kickoff. Tele to take it. Poor free kick though. They still got the ball. Adam shoots, but it's way over the bar. That was a nervy start to the match though. And Alfonso almost gave away a penalty. 12 minutes in, we're back on the highlight again. It's Rocha with a free kick. Moreno's there. He heads the ball. Oh my word. Almost a great loopy header there. But unfortunately, he hits the bar. Not been the greatest starts to the match by us, to be honest. But we did see a chance there. And we are dominating possession. And also, the match momentum is quite even, to be honest. Back on the highlight again is Wolves with a goal kick. And here is Larios. I'm pretty sure he's an Argentinian left back. Maybe I'm wrong. Here comes Wolves with the ball. Back in their own half, though. Here's Hansen Arrowan. Oh, no. Wow. What on earth was Andaquia doing there? I have no idea. He was all over the place. He looked like he beat him to the ball, which he did. But then he was just kicking the ball at him. I don't have no idea what he was doing. But Vicario bailed him out there. And Andaquia's in trouble again. His first game as a fullback on attack. Will he be changed back to support quite quickly? I don't know. In some games, of course, he'll be on support. Due to the bigger teams we'll be facing. Anyway, this game has been quite lively, actually. First 27 minutes, been quite a few highlights. Here's Kelleher with the ball. Ooh. Colwell now to Larios. He passes it to Ez Abdi. Alphonse wins the ball back nicely, though. Andaquia had a shaky start to the game, it has to be said. Same with Alphonse, to be honest. 28 minutes in, though. It's still 0-0. Here's Vafali with the ball. He passes it to Moreno, but he gives the ball away and it should be 1-0. It is 1-0. Not been a great start by us, to be honest. Although we've been creating some chances, we look a bit nervous. We look nervous to start the season here. We shouldn't be fearing Wolves, to be honest. Although I say it's a tricky game. We did finish 6th last season. They finished 8th, so there's no reason to think we cannot beat them. But this has been a poor start to the season, to be honest. Well, 2 minutes to go before half-time. 1-0 at half-time. Wouldn't be too bad. But 2-0 at half-time. Well, that could be game over. Win the ball back, then Guevara passes it back to Vafali. Now here's Moreno, back to Alphonse. Andaquia, don't do anything wrong here, pal. Thank you. Alphonse. Driving forward with the ball, only to pass it back. No idea. Get the ball forward, would ya? What is he doing? What is going on with those two today? What's going on with that left-hand side? Alphonse and Andaquia, they're all over the place. What's Moreno doing? Doing tricks in his own box. Anyway, kick the ball. Here's Rocha. Can we create a chance here, please? Acosta through to Edson. He's through on goal. Edson! What a finish. What a finish from Edson. Is he offside, though? Don't think he is. Get in there. What a finish from Edson. Lovely composure from the boy. And suddenly it's 1-1. Wolves are looking like the better team in the game. Lovely ball forward from Acosta. And Edson timed his run perfectly. Lovely first touch, to be fair. And a lovely finish. It was creeping over the line there. I thought it was going to go in. And we're 1-1 in the game. We've got a new striker. But of course, Edson is a handy little player himself. He can play up front. Also play on the left-hand side as well. He's going to feature a lot of times this season. And he started off the season well with a goal. Anyway, despite being 1-1 in the game, I'm still not happy with what I've seen so far. So I'm thrashing the arms about. Hopefully, we can do better in the second half. And maybe even nick the win. We shall see. We're on the highlight 4 minutes in. Booth with a throw-in. Still got the ball. Thought Acosta gave the ball away there. Booth, well, he got 13 assists last season, but none of them were like that. That was poor. Trying to force the issue there. We didn't need to. And now suddenly Wolves are on the attack. Here's Carmona with the ball. To Tete. Oh, what the world. Ooh, Vafali with nice covering there. Clears it. Not off the line, but it was going in the back of the net. As I said, Fabio Silva is a very good striker and foot manager, especially in my universe here. One of the best in the league. It's quite an even game now, to be fair. So, be interesting to see who wins the game in the end. It will be a draw as well. It's quite an even game. Gonzalez and Rocha have both been poor today as those inverted wingers on support. Rocha can come off, and we'll bring on Lucas Mertens for him. Both the fullbacks have yellow cards as well. I'm going to take off Booth. And I'm going to bring on De Jong for his debut today as well. Let's see what he can do. This game is in the balance here. This game is in the balance. Certainly for the taking. Another couple of changes are needed, I think. Gonzalez has been poor today. You know what? Pellegrini can come on for Gonzalez. We'll put Edson on the left and Mertens on the right. We'll change Pellegrini to a target forward as well. It doesn't really suit the advanced forward role, Pellegrini. Also, Guevara can come off for Asugo. Also, interesting news about Asugo. He actually started every single Premier League game last season. That's how consistent he was. Already that's been broken. He didn't start this game, but he's on the pitch now. And 7 minutes to go. We've been the better team in the second half, arguably. Oh my word, 2 minutes to go, we're on the highlight. If we lose it now, I'll be devastated. If we win it though, I will be elated. But Edson has given the ball away cheaply there. Fally with good covering. Don't give the ball away. Oh, what is he doing? Alphonse, what are you doing? Oh, what a donut. Oh my word. It's going to VAR here, but I can't see how that was offside, to be honest. It is offside. Okay, we've dodged a bullet there. We have really dodged a bullet there. Abde with what he thought was his second goal of the game. Yeah, he is offside. He is offside. We've dodged a bullet there. Late goal conceded. Again, mistakes creeping into today's game. Back on the highlight. This game is not over yet. Here's Carmona with the ball for Wolves. To Hanson Arrowen. It's blocked. And now suddenly we have possession. Here's Acosta to Asugo. Look down the right-hand side. Yes, it's De Jong. Come on, boys. De Jong. Get an assist on your debut, De Jong. He crosses it in. Pellegrini! Get in. Get in there. Come on. Come on. Well, we looked like we almost just lost the game. Abdi scored. I thought we had lost the game, but suddenly, in a blink of an eye, it looks like we might have won the game. Well, I think it's safe to say we need to go defensive now and hold on to this 2-1 lead. Well, I've brought on Jimenez for Acosta for the last 4 minutes here, and I've gone defensive as well. Let's see if we can hold on to this 2-1 win. Pellegrini off the bench, a player who extended his contract this season. I still think he's a good valuable member of our squad, and he's proved it there. Looks like it might be the late winner. De Jong with the assist as well. Pellegrini, get in. Get in. No more highlights. We've won the game. Come on. We've won it. We have won it. Get in. What a start to the season that is. What a start to the season. As I said, it was a very even game, especially towards the end of the match. It looked like we lost the match. They had a goal disallowed, but just 3 minutes later, De Jong with a perfect cross on his debut. And Pellegrini, our target man, is there to meet it to win us the game 2-1. What a start to the season. Wolves are a very good team in my universe here. And this is a statement win and a great start to the new season. Get in. Make sure you stick around though, guys, because coming up next, we've got QPR at home. Well, what a lovely way to start off the new season. Beating one of our rivals 2-1 away from home. Of course, we were lucky. I'll admit that. We were lucky. But we still played good enough to get the win in the game, and although we got a bit of luck at the end there, we were still good value for the win in my opinion. It could have swung either way, but the Pellegrini late goal was very, very nice. Hopefully we can back it up with another win in the episode at home to QPR. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of the video was, although we've only signed 3 players, I had 2 more signings that will be looking to come. They were 2 young players, both from Uruguay. Sebastian Fernandez, waiting for his work permit to go through. To be honest, it's been rejected already, and we've appealed it, but it'll probably be rejected again. But I'm still looking to sign him. It's only 3.7 million, which of course is relatively cheap, and I'll be loaning them back to Nacional for half the season at least, which is the full season there in Uruguay, and hopefully we'll be able to secure a work permit for him in the future. He looks like quite a tidy player, to be honest. I've had relative success. Well, I've had very successful players signed from Uruguay, to be honest, in this save and other saves as well, to be honest. And it's a place I really like to sign players from, because you get them for very, very cheap money, and they turn out to be, a lot of the times, very good players. Fernandez, as you can see here, of course, he's not quite ready for first team football yet, but he's only 18, almost 19. He's got 6 caps for Uruguay already, and only 3.7 million. Nacional has already signed Acosta as well, and Rocha, so definitely got good players from that club in the past. I'm not entirely sure what Fernandez's position is, though, to be honest. It says he's a centre-back, but he's only 5'11", so I don't really see him as a centre-back, although if he does develop nicely in every attribute here, he could be a good ball-playing defender for us. I see him more as a centre midfielder, as that ball midfielder type player, a bit like Guevara and Asugo, to tell you the truth. He's got 16 strength already, which is very nice. He can also play left-back, but the fact that he's right-footed, I don't play an inverted wing-back, so his positioning is a little bit confusing, but centre midfielder is probably where I'll play him. But of course, only going in the future. Hopefully we'll sign him without a work permit and then go back on loan to Nacional. One of them has been finalised though, which is our 4th signing of the window, and that is another Uruguayan. His name is Luciano Recobo, and we've signed him from Defensor Sporting for only $2 million. He's 18, he hasn't got any caps for Uruguay, but what appealed me the most to Recobo is he had very big teams after him, the likes of Man United, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, etc. None of them made a bid for him. We did though. We got him for just £2 million. He's only 18, and he's versatile as well, which is great. Physically, he doesn't look very good, but of course, he's going to get a lot better physically, and we could have a gem in our hands in the future here, Recoba. He's gone back on loan to Defensor Sporting until 31st of December, and we'll see what he does after that point. Obviously, looking at him, he still needs a couple more loans out, but exciting times ahead. Recoba's $2 million, and also, I forgot his name already, Fernandez for $3.7 million should happen as well. Still got some money left in the bank, as I said. In terms of the players we want to attract to the club now, not just young players, there's not enough money to get in a player to strengthen the first team. So after these two are finalised, or after Fernandez is finalised, unless they're going for another young player with potential, I think that is us done, to be honest. Anyway, let's get to this game then at home to QPR. And in terms of the team sheet for this QPR game, it's only 3 days after that Wolves game as well, by the way. We started off with quite a hectic schedule, to be honest. We've got 3 games in the first 7 days. Made 2 changes, though. Asugo comes in to replace Moreno, who's a little bit tired for today's game. Also, both the wingers didn't play particularly well there, so I decided to drop Rocha and bring in Mertens for today's game, of course, as a very capable player. So let's see what Mertens and Asugo can do for today's game. Also, Koric is on the bench, so he could make his debut today. He probably will, to be honest. Grana is on the bench as well. Unfortunately, as it stands, no injuries at the club. We started off with a 2-1 win away to Wolves there. Got a bit lucky. Hopefully we can back it up with a win at home to QPR. I shouldn't moan really, but I wasn't too happy with the wide players in the Wolves game there. Although we won the game 2-1. Hopefully they can improve in today's game. Anyway, Asugo hit. Oh my word. How hard did he hit that shot? Lucky he didn't hit anyone in the face. They could have been knocked out. Absolutely blasted that ball and hit the bar there. I'm a little bit worried about the way QPR are setting up here. I don't usually do too well against teams that set up with 3 at the back, so we shall see what happens. And 21 minutes in, this game has been an absolute snooze fest so far. Terrible start to the game, this. Absolute filth. And the Queers having a poor game today with 6.3 already. Here he is taking the throw-in. Now here's Asugo with the ball. Tries to find Edson, but Nielsen's there to deal with it. But Edson wins the ball back. Cut it back. Got to score. What's just happened? How has he missed that? I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. I don't know how I could have scored that. No joke. I could have scored that goal. Wow. Oh my word. Edson did everything right there. He must feel absolutely sick with Gonzalez there. He cut the ball back. Gonzalez 6 yards out. Open goal pretty much. And he misses it. Wow. Wow. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us at the end of the game, because that is pretty horrific, to tell you the truth. Absolutely horrendous. Oh my word. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that is not the biggest talking point of the game. Well, a poor first half, but I'm not going to change anything at half time. And 30 seconds into the second half here, we're on the highlights. Edson with a header. Not really going to threat the goalkeeper, that sort of header though, is it? Anyway, main on the highlight here is Everson with the ball. He kicks the ball long. And Aquia doesn't deal with it properly there. Cox wins the ball back, who's quite a good striker, to be honest. I was actually looking at him at one point. No mistakes here, boys. No mistakes. Here's Vicario. To Booth. Come on. Let's get a goal early on in the second half. Put my nerves at ease here. Gonzalez, who missed that, well, easiest chance in the world, wins the ball back. Poor pass over. And Aquia, no, he doesn't get there. We've got the ball back, though. Here's Asugo. Gonzalez, make up for it, pal. Make up for it. He does make up for it. He does make up for it. Get in there, Gonzalez. He misses the easy chances. And well, I wouldn't say it's a hard chance, but he scored a much harder chance than his first chance in the game. He must feel relieved. I feel relieved. We're 1-0 up in the game. Thank goodness for that, because this game was not looking too good for us. Gonzalez, that was with real ferocity as well. He was like, you know what, I'm angry at myself. Let's make it right here. And he does make it right. Well done, Gonzalez. Well done. Back on the highlight here. QPR a free kick. Alphonse clears it, but only as far as James. He gets past him with absolute ease. Oh, no. What is the goalkeeper doing there? Someone tell me what the goalkeeper is doing there. What is he doing? He's just diving needlessly there. Awful goalkeeping. Really, really poor. What is that? Wow. What is he doing? Look at him. What is he doing? He has no idea where the ball is. What an absolute plonker. Oh, for goodness sake. We know what? We've got to go more attacking here now. Well, 30 minutes to go in the game. A 1-1 draw here would be devastating. I know I did say 4 points out of the episode would be nice, but I wasn't expecting us to beat Wolves, so to draw at home to QPR would be really disappointing. I've put both the wingers on attack now. I've also changed Guevara to support. I've actually gone attacking with mentality, put the defensive line higher as well. And also, Andy Queer's been poor today. He hasn't looked too good as a fullback on attack, has he? Poor against Wolves, even poorer today. He's off. Jimenez is on, and Vafali moves to left back. And also, Rocha is on for Mertens as well. 30 minutes to go. We cannot be dropping points here at home to QPR. This will be very disappointing. 25 minutes to go. Still 1-1, unfortunately. Well, you know what? It's time for another couple of changes here. To be honest, Acosta isn't doing much for us today, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Coric for his debut. So I've gone with a 4-2-4 now, going attacking. We've got to get the win here. Booth can come off as well. Bring on De Jong. He was one of the heroes in the last game with the assist for Pellegrini. Let's see what he can do. Definitely taking a bit of a risk here because QPR aren't that bad. But we've got to be winning this game. Got to be winning this game. On the highlights straight after making those changes. But those changes aren't even made yet. Gonzalez wins the corner. Now it's time for the changes. Coric on the pitch. De Jong on the pitch as well. Our two new signings. What can they do in this game? Vicario made the mistake, didn't he, for that goal for them. Terrible piece of goalkeeping. But anyway, we're on the highlight here. Here's a Sugo, who gives the ball away. Very cheaply. Can we win it back, though? Gonzalez is good in the air. He heads it back to De Jong. Can he get another assist, De Jong? Coric, what a touch for Coric! Oh, my word. Get in there. What a player we have in our hands here. Only 5 minutes into his debut. What a touch and turn by Coric. And look at De Jong as well. 2 assists out of 2 for him. He's starting the next match. Booth, you need to improve. What a touch by Coric this is, by the way. Look at this. What a turn. See you later, mate. What a finish. Oh, what a player. What a player. 5 minutes in. Look at that. Well, we don't need to go attack anymore. We're winning the game 2-1 now. Hopefully we don't concede again. We shall see. Edson can come off and we will bring on... You know what? I'll bring on Moreno for him. Moreno is on for Edson. Go back to a 4-3-3 now as well. Staying positive though because hopefully we get a third goal and really kill off QPR here. Not going to start time wasting just yet. Later on in the game we will do though. Hopefully we can see it off for a win now. Coric with a goal in his debut. What a turn it was from the boy. Get in. And De Jong with 2 assists out of 2 games. Both off the bench as well. Well, 5 minutes to go here. We need to start going defensive now and hold on to this win. 2-2-1 wins out the episode. I'll take it. Not the greatest in the world, but I'll definitely take it. Okay, with just 5 minutes to go, I've gone to a cautious mentality. Started the time waste, all the good stuff. Hopefully we can hold on to the win now. No more highlights, please. No more highlights. I think we've done it. We have done it. Get in. Get in there. Another late winner. Not nowhere near as late as the last game there, but not the greatest performances again, but we got the job done. We got the job done. 2-1 wins out of the episode, away to Wolves and at home to QPR. A lovely way to start the new season. And look at Coric already. I know it's only one game. Shouldn't get too excited, but 5 minutes in to his debut, he does a lovely turn like that and then finishes it off. Brilliant. And also De Jong, as I said, he's starting the next game. He's got 2 assists out of 2 games. Lovely from him. Hopefully, Andaquia and Booth can sort themselves out going forward as well. That would be very nice. But not the greatest performances, but at the end of the day, it is a win, another win. And we start off the season with 2 wins out of 2. As it stands, we are currently top of the league, which is very, very nice. Only team to win 2 out of the first 2 games so far. Arsenal are the only other team who could do that. And they're yet to play, so it might be second at the end of the game week. And of course, it doesn't matter too much. Only 2 games into the season. But it is nice to start off with 2 wins. It's very nice, actually. Well, that is the end of the video, guys. Lovely way to start off the new season. The next game as well, hopefully you can win that one at home to Sheffield United to make it 3 out of 3. Then it'll be very tricky to make it 4 out of 4 away to Man City. But home to Fulham coming up as well. So hopefully it'll be a very good start to the season. In terms of the next episode, well, of course, we are in the Europa League this season. It hasn't begun yet, of course, but it will begin in the next episode. We enter the league phase on the 18th of September. And also, conveniently enough, 3 days later, we face Southampton in the South Coast Derby away from home. So that will be the next episode, guys. I don't know who we'll face in the Europa League, of course, but it will feature our first game in the Europa League and also the South Coast Derby away to Southampton. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. It's really important for the video success. And also, if you're new around here and you want to see more from me, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and you much appreciate it as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.